Radio check. Alright, so I am attempting to get back into working on painting now that my season's finally wrapping up. I probably won't end up doing a lot today, just because it'll mostly be trying to get back into the groove, kind of. So yeah, that's where I left off before at the start of my season. And if we forgot, it's a concrete truck of the place I work through the summer during a sunrise. And hopefully it'll turn out good, even though I'm taking a long time to do it. Once I start adding all the pink in, I think it'll look really nice. But it'll look kind of blue and bland until I get to that point, I think. I'm really not happy with where the sky is now that I'm looking at it again. But hey, I got my tea here. And I guess I'll just kind of start getting back into it. There's going to be a lot of dealing with dust that showed up over the over the summer. Oops. Let's move this out of the way, just so I don't clumsily soak it or something. I'm gonna have to relearn what I was doing for each of these colors too, because I remember this one was like a cream pale thing. And I believe some of these upper ones I was just testing out and didn't even decide to use, but we'll see. Okay. So now I'm going to have to try to figure out where I want to start at again. This is practically a brand new painting again for me. Okay, that's what I was doing there. Gonna have to go darker on the shading, of course. Although, there is a benefit of setting it aside for so long that it lets me see everything in a brand new light. It's almost like I'm not even the one that painted it. So I can see stuff that I want to change immediately. Like, all this I want to go darker. This will have to be grayed out. Of course, I haven't got to that yet. All this will have to go darker. I like what I was doing here, even though it's really blue. I'll have to go over the whole thing, at least this front part, with like a red or a orange or a pink. Or a mix of all of them. Just reminded how tough these upper clouds are going to be. Well, let's just start with some middle ground shading here, and then if I'm feeling like it, maybe I'll start doing the truck a little bit. I actually kind of, now that I put the paper like that, I'm getting some sun reflection behind me. It's annoying. What do we got? Let's go with classic. Do some mixing here. Looks like it'll be black instead of gray. Try and get rid of some of this dust as well. Because I'm so out of practice, I think everything I do is going to be... I'm not going to be moving around very fast. Just going to take my time, try and get back into it. And that's okay. Let's start over here on the right. Makes it easier on me to go to the right side because I'm left-handed, and that way I can move from right to left. I didn't dust it. I'll be right back. I meant... This is why we're here. I'm trying to remember everything. So before I go live, I usually have this drafting brush here. And it's just to make sure there's no dust or eraser particles or anything on it. It's a little thing, but I've had moments where there was just a little bit of eraser on a spot that I fixed. And it was really annoying having to deal with it. So I introduced using the brush just to keep everything a little tidy. I'm gonna shout out to a Discord that I'm actually streaming for once. Self-promo. I probably put the link on wrong. Hey Natalie, how's it going? I didn't type it right. Oh well, it's fine. They can copy paste it if they want. How are you doing, Natalie? I've just been talking to myself, trying to hype myself up to put paintbrush to paper. I hope you're feeling better. I have not. Let's see, when was the last time I painted? I had it pulled up a second ago. 3 months ago was the last time I painted. I painted four times while I was working, but that was very early on. Yeah, it's been a minute, so I don't know if I'll stream that long today, or just kind of see what I can get done, you know. I don't want to overdo it on the first time back, and I have a feeling this one will take me a while longer to do, so. Something I was talking about a second ago, though, was stepping away from this for so long and coming back to it made me realize all the stuff I wanted to do differently on it. I think it's like someone else painted it at this point. I can see where I was doing stuff that now I don't think I was doing the right way. Or maybe I hadn't got to fixing it yet. I got a different hat. Yes. I was gonna surprise you with it, but... And also... on Friday, I'm getting a haircut as well. That'll, I'm hoping will go with the outfit. It's not gonna be too different than what I usually do, but will be a little different. Yeah. Did your costume ever come in? I think I hear a chainsaw outside. Ugh, that's cutting it close. But yeah, but then you'll have two. I guess you can wear that next year if you wanted to. But I'm just curious, how many onesies do you have now? I'm worried it looks like it's supposed to warm up, so I'm not that worried that I'm going to be cold, but at the same time, it's not like I'm wearing a lot. If I had a coat, 3 or 4. Nice. I'll say one thing for just doing a onesie for an outfit. You're definitely a lot more comfortable. Yeah, I don't think so either. I saw though at Willowa there's a concert going on that I was kind of interested in, but I don't think any of y'all would like that band. A little too emo, I think. I don't I've I don't think I've ever worn a onesie before. I can't think of. Yeah, it is almost screamo. Or there are parts that are screamo. It is emo screamo. I think that's even the theme of the night too. It's like emo something. I was just curious, were you wanting to go to the museum tomorrow? Because I was intending on going to that as well. Don't know. Well, if you don't feel up to it, you don't gotta go. I'll just go by myself if it needs to be. No biggie, I guess. I got a free guitar today from work. My boss has had this guitar just sitting there, and apparently hasn't been played in like 4 years or something. So it's just covered in dust, but it's a pretty good guitar. Nothing crazy, but it's a Washburn guitar, so it's like semi custom. Pretty cool. Needs some work, but that's fine. I like little projects like that. I need to learn to play. I used to be able to play. Some. I was more of a bassist, though. I like the bass a little better than just a regular guitar. And Keanu Reeves agrees with me, so I can't be that wrong. Keanu Reeves plays guitar or bass in a band. And I do have an electric guitar, but I didn't try that hard. Maybe this winter I'll dedicate some time to it. Just doing some light color filling here where I know what it's going to be like later. It's going to be, I mean, they're tires, so they're going to be black, but it'll help me kind of put everything else in perspective. I'm a little embarrassed. But I played the baritone, and then in middle school I played the tuba, so just the coolest guy there. I ended up getting kicked out of band in middle school for, well, really I was framed, but for sabotaging the tuba sitting next to me. Trumpet? That's cool. Can you still play? Do you still have one? No. Yeah. I was playing when I first made the bass guitar that I have hanging up. I was playing regularly, both bass and electric. But then I guess I just lost interest. Everyone kind of did. And I switched over to making stuff instead. I still can't believe I ever played tuba or baritone because, I mean, I definitely couldn't now, but it feels like it happened to a different person, you know? And I didn't choose it either. It was just kind of assigned to me because I didn't really care what I played back then. Oh yeah, and then I got kicked out and I went to home ec instead. That's where I learned how to sew. I made a pillow. I think I ended up giving that to my sister too. Wonder if she still has that. Probably not. You loved home ec? Did you make anything that you remember? I don't remember much other than my friend was in that class, so I just there was a lot of just messing around. Yeah, me neither. So I know these tires look blue right now, but they'll be black eventually. Yeah, you cook in home ec. I wasn't there for that part of the class though. I was in band for the cooking portion. I remember being disappointed that I missed out on getting food during class. Wow, really? What kind of pie? You'll have to make me one of these times. Wow. I've never done that. I like cooking just fine. I don't think I was ever that good at it. Could always revisit. Find your passion. Let's see. Oh yeah, because it's how come? Yeah, I was gonna say it's not a pinch here and this and that. It's actual like measurements and not impulsive. I don't think I've never really baked before. Maybe I'll try that this winter too. Maybe I'll get the recipe for those raspberry things that Tim likes and make him some of those. I can see that. Everything just so. Let's see. Do, 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 do. Let's see, those are kind of gray, so maybe I'll. I guess they're kind of tan now that I'm looking at it. Nothing wrong with being exact and perfect, though. I get a little OCD with some stuff sometimes, especially when I'm cleaning. It's one of the things that makes it hard to have roommates. Well, let's put some color into this these silos. This ought to be interesting. Maybe I'll use this as an easel and do it that way. Kind of working. Maybe I should do the shadows before coloring it in. I don't know. No, that's opposite of what I normally do. What would be a good, like, practice baking thing? Would it just be cookies? Do some chocolate chip or something. Yeah? Well, I would want to do it from scratch, just to do it right, you know? I've done pancakes from scratch and waffles. That's true. I'd probably steal my mom's recipe, though. I'm partial to her baking. Everything very subtle. Do you have a favorite cookie? Because I think I like Russian tea cakes the best. That might be my favorite. Never heard of that. They're like little snowballs. I don't know. Maybe that big. And they're covered in powdered sugar. Little cookie dough balls covered in powdered sugar. I like them. Yeah. I'll get you a plate of my mom's cookies this year, so I can really show off. They're pretty great. Macaroons. I heard they're kind of tough to make, or at least make properly. And I've heard good things, but I don't know. I've had to have had some at some point, but I can't remember any specifically. Sugar cookies, though. Tons of sugar cookies. And rosettes. Rosettes are pretty good too. Yeah. Well, why not try? It might be finicky, but you never know. I think that's enough color for that. What else do we got going on here? Add some shading to this here. Looks like it's kind of in between cool. Well, I can come back over with red, I suppose. This painting is so simple and so complex at the same time. Well, while I'm here. That'll work for now. I got new like sweatpants the other day because in fact it was when I was looking for my new hat. Actually, here, I'll show you the hat real quick if you're still watching. I mean, if you're still looking and not just background music. But so I'm hoping when I'm hoping when I have my hair cut and I've got the costume on, this looks better. But this is the hat that's gonna go with it. And I don't know if I'm gonna wear glasses or not with it. I don't know. What do you think? 20s gangster, maybe. Yeah, that's what I was going for. Oh, but when I was looking for that hat, I went to Duluth, and just when I was walking around, I saw these sweatpants, and I touched them, and I was like, "This is the softest thing I've ever felt ever in my life. I guess I gotta buy it." So I bought these these sweatpants. That's I kind of dig that though. I don't mind. Honestly, I thought all of us matching was a little odd, but I was into it. I've never done it before. Let's see. I was doing this. That is not the brush I meant to grab. This brush. They are very comfy. In fact, I put them on and they were so soft, it was almost like uncomfortable. That's how comfortable they are. If that makes sense. I don't know. But I got them on sale, so I'm happy about it. They're very comfortable though. Now that I'm used to how soft they are. I've climbed up all these hills in the background so many times this year. It's ridiculous. Yep, when Minnesota turns into O'Malley, all the dirt piles there, rocks and stuff. I've climbed every single one of them, up and down and around, because I was surveying them. So I've been to the top of every single one, walked the ridge, walked around halfway point. In fact, if you go there and you see footprints on any of those hills, those are mine. Yeah. That's where I did all my working out this year. Surveying is kind of like you see those people on the side of the road with like little GPS pole, and they're measuring it using GPS satellites. So you come around to the point and then you make marks all the way around the pile, and then you have to climb up and make marks here, and then you can do it one more through the middle, and that'll give you a 3D image based on satellite data. Hey dealer, what's happening, man? Haven't talked to you in a minute. Yeah, it's the easiest way to well, not the easiest, because you could do it by drone nowadays, but it's an accurate way of keeping track what all you have on the ground, or if you're trying to build something, you got to learn what the geometry is like. I've been pretty good, man. Been pretty chill. A lot of work, you know. But my season's finally starting to slow down a bit, so I can paint and stream and whatnot. Be social. Although this painting's way far away from being done. I am planning another one already, and that one's going to be crazy. It's going to be like it might be twice as big. Oh, you guys finally split up? How are you doing with that? You were having a pretty hard time last I talked to you. Doing better, hopefully? Good thing? Yeah. Yeah, that sometimes is the way it goes. It's never easy, though. I could see that. Blast some Freebird or something. Yeah, I've encountered that lately. Well, not lately. I mean, you know what I mean. I'm quite a bit less stressed being single. But at the same time, a little lonely. Something you gotta do sometimes, though. Oh yeah, check this out. For the other day, we did an escape room, and there was only 4 of us. In fact, Natalie there was one of us, and we finished it with 4 people. We had 20 minutes left. It was awesome. Usually we got like 10 people doing an escape room. So we were worried that we wouldn't be able to complete it, but turned out not to be a problem. Oh yeah, Ark. I didn't realize... Wait. Hour and a half till ASA releases. Is that a new expansion or a new version? We're pros. Yeah, yeah. Gonna freehand this. Hope I'm gonna use a different brush. I forgot you were really into to Ark too. It's like PvP in the Crucible, and then Ark, right? Those are your 2 top games. So Ark, normally they clotted down all the official servers and put it on a new engine. Oh, okay. Nice. If I played Ark, I would do only building, pretty much. Oh, they closed down. I gotcha. Alright, let's do some freehanding here. These ones are kind of big. But honestly, you're not going to be able to tell the difference between these blocks and the other blocks, so... In reality, these blocks are way bigger than the other ones, but they're so far away. Wow, that's impressive. I didn't know Ark had that much of a following still, to be able to organize something like that. Really? All right. How many people does a server hold nowadays? I know it's a pretty good sized game. I'll color that in later. Wow. Oh, okay. It's a little more understandable. Ark is kind of a builder survival game where you can like, yeah, it is a dinosaur game. You can like tame dinosaurs and use them to attack people or ride them around. Beyond that, I'm not really sure. I've seen people play it before, but I haven't. Is there much more to Arc than that, dealer? I know you can do like wars and PvP and stuff. Yeah. Build PvP dino. Yep. That's what I remember of it. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna have to go darker there. Yeah. It's an interesting game. A lot of people are into it. A lot of people love it, so. Maybe I'll play it one of these days. Maybe when it comes to Xbox, I'll play it a little bit. It went fine as soon as we got by the maze. For some reason, we always have problem during the maze. It just gives us lots of problems. We're doing fine, and then someone mentions that we're doing fine, and then we just fall apart. That's what happened last time. Yeah, really, I haven't been playing much Destiny, other than raids lately, though. Just giving it a break, you know. I've been attempting to be a little more real life social lately. Oh, okay. Yeah, if we can get past the maze quickly, that's literally the only sort of hint of problem that we have. I've been very social. I've been trying. It helps that the work season's finally coming to a close. Makes it easier for me. Oh. I guess I could see that. I could see that work. Ooh, that is way more paint than I meant. That wasn't sarcasm, Natalie, was it? Because I have been trying to be social. Yeah, it always gets to that point though, doesn't it? once you learn it, everyone wants to grind it out. Oh, good. I even was considering dancing this coming weekend. I have been trying. All right, let's add a little bit down here maybe, just to give it some shading. Oh, that was too much. That's fine, I fixed it. I'm kind of excited for the Halloween stuff too. Leaning into dressing up for Halloween is fun. It's not something I've really done. Usually my outfits are a little phone it in. I mean, like last year, if I wasn't a pilot previously, it would have been a good costume, but because I had all the stuff, it was a little eh. What did I do previously? I don't even remember what I did previously. Are you doing anything for Halloween, dealer? While I'm working on shadows, let's get a little bit under here. That's a good start. Last year's Halloween, yeah. It was you, me, and Forrest, and did the other guys show up at some point too? I can't remember now. I do remember going to Willowa and having Forrest put my coat on. That was pretty funny. In his cat maid outfit. I don't know if I would ever be able to pull that off. That's right, I remember now. He's got the confidence, that's for sure. Is it confidence or just not caring? I think it's maybe a mix of both. But it works for him. It's a good start. Not bad progress considering I haven't painted in 4 months. And my hands are just ruined from just like work. I also worked out before I started streaming, so that doesn't help. That definitely helped the truck get some depth. Thank you. I've got some crazy work to do in the clouds, though. So all this is going to have red in it, and then there's going to be reflections off the truck with red, and a lot of the clouds will be red, pink, and orange. I almost need to go over all of this with black because it's like a warmer color. Like this gray is kind of blue, but my black is almost purple, and I wonder if it would give me a different, warmer effect. Oh, I'm getting hungry. I haven't eaten dinner yet. Did you guys do dinner yet? Honestly, this can go much darker. Subway? That's good every once in a while. I used to eat Subway way too much. Especially because, like, I don't know how you feel about pickles, but I used to go overkill with the pickles. Especially on Subway sandwiches. What should I have? Oh, I just remembered I do have... Me too! Yeah, I think last winter I ate way too many pickles, just because they kind of became my nighttime snack. So I didn't really buy any this year over the summer. I just had way too many of them. What are my options? Well, I can do... I had that mousse marinating, and so I'm thinking I might want to pull that out and barbecue it, maybe. So that's one option. I was wanting to try it on the barbecue anyway, so. Otherwise, I have like burritos, some different soups, chili, burgers. What else? Noodles. That's off the top of my head. That's what I got. Well, I do have breakfast stuff too, like eggs and reindeer sausage, stuff like that. was going to do something else too. You're not wrong. Maybe I will do that. I do need to use up the breakfast stuff I have. Maybe I will do that. Let's see, looking for more of a cooler color on those silos. Luckily, these silos aren't like the subject because, much like this building here, I don't think I got the color quite right. They're like a weird tan color. And I just couldn't quite mix the paints correctly. It had to be a custom color. None of my standard colors would fit, which usually isn't a problem for whatever reason. This one didn't want to do it. Maybe I don't have enough red in there. That could be it. Breakfast, dinner. Do some breakfast, dinner burritos. Funny thing is, I spent most of today painting one of the rooms at work, and I just came home and turned the stream on and kept painting. So including the stream, I probably painted for what? 7, 8 hours today? Probably closer to 7, because I hung out and chatted a lot. It's one of the best parts about the season ending is it becomes a lot more relaxed. And we can pretty much do whatever we want, for the most part, within reason. Yeah, quite painty. I think it went a little... No, it's not too dark. It just looks too dark for now. It'll focus later. It was pretty funny. We had to clean the room that I was painting first. And so I literally just grabbed a pressure washer and brought it inside and just sprayed sprayed down the entire room. I found it pretty funny. And there's a big oven in there and a good air system, so I wasn't really worried about it being wet. But it was pretty funny while I was doing it. Hey, Cupcake, how's it going? Yeah, it's been a while. I'm just getting back into the swing of things after my season ended. Or, I mean, it's ending. I still got about a week and a half left, but I'll be streaming more and more lately. And we've got a couple of videos coming up too that that I'm going to be editing soon. But that's just to my YouTube. That's straight to YouTube stuff. Oh, my work season. I run QC for a gravel mine / concrete and asphalt. I do QC for those guys. And because I live in Alaska, construction season ends pretty much when the snow is halfway down the mountains. And it's getting close to that right now. I can see him out my window. But how you been, Cupcake? Let's do some over here, maybe. Been great? Yeah, I've been doing pretty good lately. Feeling pretty positive lately. Pretty nice. Let's get in real close here. Hopefully that's not too wet. And zoom. I actually have an art show coming up here. I'm going to be putting my stuff back up in the same coffee shop that I did before. And hopefully, because it's before Christmas instead of March, I'll hopefully sell a couple prints. That'd be nice. Other than work, though, I haven't been doing all too much. Do I hunt? I have. In fact, funny enough, well, I didn't pull the trigger, but we packed a moose out of our hunting cabin. I have a picture of that, but the next painting I do after this one is my family's moose hunting cabin. And it's going to be probably twice as big as this painting. But I don't generally go out and hunt all that much. Usually it's just helping my uncles and cousins once they got a moose or something. Why are you into hunting? I don't even think anyone went hunting this year in my family. Oh yeah, I could see that. That would be scary with a bow. The moose we got before was, I want to say, the horns themselves were 64 inches, point to point, something like that. Wasn't crazy big, but it's still a pretty good size moose. Although I do appreciate the the food, I don't know that I would make a habit out of hunting unless I was living out there somewhere. That is point to point the width of the horns, 64 inches, about as tall as I am, really, or about as far as my wingspan is. I think that's 64 inches. Now I gotta wonder. Measuring tape here. Ah. Is that even long enough? Not even long enough. Yeah, moose are big. I couldn't give you a total weight, but it was more than 1,000 pounds. I remember that much. Pretty crazy. Oh no. No, that's not what I'm saying. Oh yeah, whitetail. I hear there plenty. Trogon. I don't know if this will be a big deal on this, but okay, it was much. Maybe how it meant. So that's me and my cousin, and I stand about 5'10". Is that 72 inches or something? It was my wingspan. I just did the math wrong. That's all. 74 inches is what I meant. Wingspan. 74? I don't know. Natalie, you're the numbers person here. You correct me. I thought that joke was over with. I don't want to be 5'4". Let's see, that's pretty good for now. Oh, a little foggy. I think I'll go into it with more detail later after I do the background. Never. Come on. All right, let's move a little bit south here. I know there's right here, there should be some power lines. I'm gonna put some nice little power lines here. Little subtle power lines that bring power to the world we live in. Isn't that nice? Some people say that power lines are ugly, but I think about the help that it brings us every day, and I don't mind the way they look after that. That was my version of Bob Ross. That's true. I've heard that. I've heard that before. Even though birds aren't real. What do you guys think a good time to stream would be? 'Cause I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it this year. Last year I think I streamed Monday, Wednesday, Friday at about 3 p.m. Alaska time every week. Sounds about right. I'm wondering if there would be a better time. I'm pretty much free to do whatever I want, so might as well find the best time to stream. Right now it is 5:30 p.m. Alaska time. The time is 5:33 p.m. What time is it there? Like 7:30, 8:30? Oh yeah, 8:30. That sounds about right. All these trees are going to be a lot darker later. The contrast on these should be fairly extreme, actually, because they're right on top of the hill. There's a hill behind these hills, funny enough, and they're right on the top of that. I've been to Texas 3 times. Twice for RTX, and then once to be a extra in one of the Rooster Teeth movies. It's pretty cool. When I was flying down, the first time I flew, no, it was the second time I went down. We flew from Dallas to Austin, and the guys from Supernatural sat next to us, or just across the aisle from us. That's pretty cool. We were sitting in first class. Yeah, I was there in July. It wasn't fun for me, especially me, because I can't handle the hot. I mean, I overheat at 75 degrees usually. Although, once I get used to it, it's fine. But the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it's pretty brutal. Just about to be sunset here, actually. Yep. I could understand that. I was in, I believe I was in Arizona in August doing flight training, and it hit, one day it hit 115 degrees. That was pretty crazy. And the wind never stopped blowing the entire time I was there. So by the time... Yeah, what is the temperature there right now, Cupcake? Oh yeah, but by the time I was done and leaving, my hair was like... It was like I styled it every morning just because it was like standing in a blow dryer all day long. But that's when it made sense to me finally that people keep their air conditioning so cold all the time. I don't even have air conditioning up here. I never needed it. Except for that one summer. That was a crazy summer. It hit 90 here, and that is unheard of. A good feeling 80 degrees. All right. See, that's pretty much perfect for me, I think. 80. Because, you know, you can actually go out and do stuff and not be baking. Not too cold to swim either. Let's see, let's scooch over. There's technically a little tree peeking up over the top of this canopy, but I don't know if I want to do that. It's all right. It's over now. You can cool off. Put out any of the fires and chill. Again, I can take the heat, but at the same time, I don't wanna. It was it hit a low here of, what was it, 17 degrees on Sunday, I think. So it could be worse. We haven't even really had snow yet. I mean, we had one day where it was snowing, but it didn't stick at all. Mulch places? Like swamps caught on fire, basically? Or do you mean like compost? Oh, like wood chippings. I gotcha. Wow. That's pretty crazy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a little too hot for me, you know, a little too hot for my tastes. I don't know if I would be able to live somewhere like that, but I've got all this Alaskan blood in me, so I think that goes without saying. Although it would be fun to visit. The field's on fire. What happened? I started my car. That's crazy. Oh, I'm sorry. I just realized that you couldn't see what I was doing all this time. I moved way over here. I did hear about that. One of the guys I usually play Destiny with lives in Austin and was raging about the heat. Like, it's not good. Yeah, he said way more than that and way more cuss words, but that's basically all that he talked about through the summer was how hot it was. A little bit out of San Antonio. Okay. I drove around there a little bit. Although I did way more driving when I went to Albuquerque. New Braunfels? Why does that name sound so familiar? Pleasanton. I don't know that one. That's the restaurant, right? I've heard the name, but I haven't gone. West of San Antonio. I don't know the geography that well. Myself. Oh, that's right. Schlitterbahn. Isn't that German? I don't know why. Why is it a German name? Just the owners? Maybe. I guess there are a lot of Germans in Texas. That's the whole idea behind barbecue, isn't it? Yeah, but we would have to have stuff like H2 Oasis and have an indoor water park. And after a couple of years, it was kind of gross, unfortunately. Although, we got great spas. Yeah, yep. Put the Halloween candy down. I specifically didn't get Halloween candy when I was getting pumpkin carving stuff, just because I knew that I would be tempted. Was that an error message that I heard? Or was that in the song? I don't see any alerts. Must be fine. Still streaming? Yep, looks like it. Oh, it looks like I got a couple slow frames at some point. But it's fine now. Alright. Yeah, it is pretty crazy how many German immigrants ended up in Texas. A lot up here too, actually. Wurstfest? Like bratwursts? It sounds familiar. This song is so quiet that I almost can't even hear it. So you guys probably can't hear it at all. Oh, it just ended, that's why. What's Wurstfest? Is that like the sausage equivalent of a chili festival? Beer and brats and pretzels. Sounds like Oktoberfest. Oh, I was so disappointed. I didn't get to go to Oktoberfest this year. I went to one a few years back and I really enjoyed it. But this year I was just too busy with work. I think I was pulling 72, 73-hour weeks at the time. That's the trade-off for working only half the year. Nice. What is it, celebrating anything specific, or just kind of celebration in general? I've definitely heard the name before. Cool. Some pretty good progress. I really didn't think I would do even what I've done today. I thought I was gonna darken this, darken that, and that was gonna be it. But I've done a lot more. Heritage. Oh, okay. Sounds like it could be a fun time. These sweatpants are so soft. Let's see, is there anything I want to do before I call it? I'm pretty happy with the start I got. Nice. So it's kind of like a fair a little bit. We have a fair that we do up here. That sounds similar, although less orchestrated around alcohol. It's mostly food and rides, and then there's a little like farm aspect to it as well, where they've got these cabbages that are like 300 pounds, and they grow pumpkins that were 2,000 pounds. Yeah. I think I kind of get the idea. Oh yeah, and then there's all the animals and stuff too, because it's the fairgrounds are in our agricultural kind of area. I like the farm too. What's your favorite part of the fair farm though? Because for the longest time, my favorite part was the bees, because they have a whole section, well, small section, but still a section just specifically for bees. And they're behind plexiglass and you can see into the hive and stuff. It's pretty cool. I always enjoyed that part. The piggies. Yeah. Only part about living on a huge amount of land is you have to take care of it. It's not an option. If it falls apart, it's your fault, you know. That was why a good chunk of my summer I spent mowing. Because the place I'm living right now has a fairly big yard. About 3 acres. Yeah, a lot of upkeep. Yeah, one day it took me 6 hours to mow the whole yard. Yeah, yes it is. And when I put a cabin on my lot out by the mountains, my workload will go up. But that's fine. Comes with the territory. I'm a little ways out for talking about building my cabin anyway. It'd be cool to make a video around building that cabin that I intend on building. Alright, that's a good mark out spot for that. It's going to be a lot of work going there. It depends. I've got options to change up how I'm working if I want to. I'm really only working summers right now because I don't want to go to the slope, and there's other stuff that I could do instead that I don't want to do right now. So a lot of people can season it though, where they don't really have to be there in the summer. So I don't know. There's also possible developments in the area. I don't know if you've heard of West Susitna Access Road. It's gonna end up like less than 10 miles from my land, apparently. so I'll be able to just drive out there eventually. Which is, you know, I could see good and bad about it. It's starting to come into shape, isn't it? Now that I got some of the background colored in. A little more detail. Do we have cactus? No, we don't have cactus. Although we have Devil's Club, which you could kind of call cactus. They're very pokey, and they grow in forests of Devil's Club, and they can get up to like 8 feet tall. And yeah, they take over an area. They're kind of like weeds, but they don't look like a typical cactus. I wouldn't really call them cactus, but yeah, they poke like a cactus, and I think something about their spines breaking off at the very tip, making it last for a few days. Not fun. I've always had, yeah, very skinny. The leaves are really cool though. A pad of paper somewhere. Got it, right? Pulling out the legal paper. Oh, yeah, you could do that. That would torch up nicely. But they have some pretty cool how would you do it? Let me pull up a picture. I don't want to just freehand it from memory. Yeah, it's not the first time I've drawn these, because for my Kincaid one I drew them, but oh, they're more angular than I remember. So it's almost like that, and then they all come together, and it looks odd, but it is very angular the way the leaves come together. It's not like, you know, not like a maple tree or something. And then on the flip side, it's just covered in spikes. Every inch of it is just covered in spikes on the other side. So if you're going to grab them, you have to grab it right here. And yeah, they're fun. And I've seen the leaves on those things grow big, like 64 inches. I gotta lean into the joke, right? Or else it's no fun. Maybe I'll use a flamethrower to get rid of them when I know I have a bunch over at my land where I'm planning on building. Maybe I'll have to use a flamethrower to take care of it. That could be fun, as long as I got a fire extinguisher there or something. Well, are you guys winding down for the night? Because I feel like I'm gonna have to go get something to eat fairly quick because my stomach hates me at the moment. Maybe I will do breakfast for dinner. That sounds good now. I have done that before. Makes a pretty nice sound. As long as you don't have to dodge the fridge door flying at you after it explodes. You know, I left that blank. Oh, there's a sign there. That's why I left it blank. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll round out this stream. I've only got a couple more minutes, so might as well end it on the second hour. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm trying to get back in the swing of things, so. I'm hoping it looks a lot better when I'm done because it's not quite there yet. I've got a ways to go. But I'll put a lot more detail into that later. Also, one of the final things I'll do to this painting before I'm done is add a lot of red. There's going to be quite the sunrise going on. Yeah, me too, actually. I'm probably going to wrap it up here and go cook myself some much deserved dinner after the 7 hours of painting today. All right, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it a lot. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it there most likely, and hopefully I will be back on again soon. Don't know when I'll make it I don't know when the regular time will be, but I don't know. I'll figure it out. Yeah, see ya. Are you still here, Natalie? Let's see. Where is... Oh, there it is. Hey. What do you think? Was it starting to look like an actual thing now? I'm surprised how much progress I made on it. Today, I mean. Thank you. Well, hey, yeah, I think so too. If you want to go to the museum thing tomorrow, I'm down. I'll probably end up going anyways, if you feel like it. And but I am gonna probably cut off the stream here and go make some Make an omelet or something. Sounds good. All right, have a good night, Natalie, and thanks for everyone else coming by. Cupcake and Dealer as well, and the few the lurkers I saw that showed up as well. And I'm gonna call it there for the night. So everyone have a good night, and I'll see you next time.